Shaquille O'Neal is one of the most dominant big men in NBA history and is well known for team hopping, especially later in his career. Today, I'm giving Shaq the career of another large journeyman in Robin Lopez, who has played for 9 different teams in his NBA career. Can Shaq win more than the 4 titles he won in real life? Let's find out. It is 2008, and as you can see, we have 2 Shaquille O'Neals on the team. 18-year-old Shaq has replaced Robin Lopez, and I've gone ahead and torn old Shaq's MCL. He will not be playing for us this season. We can only have one Shaq on the squad, but the team is very good outside of young Shaq. We also have Steve Nash, who's still great, Amari Stoudemire, Jason Richardson, Grant Hill. So let's go ahead and get to the end of the season and see how this goes. Sledding is tough for Rookie of the Year. Shaq, unable to win this, goes to Westbrook. So Shaq does make all-rookie team. He's 84 overall, which comfortably makes him the highest overall player. And looking really quickly at his stats, I mean, 16 points, 6 boards, less than almost 2 blocks per game. That's not too bad, especially when he has 2 90 overall players and Grant Hill all on the team. And the Suns are, of course, the number 1 seed. They're going up against AK-47 and Carlos Boozer's Utah Jazz. Let's see if they can make it through. All right, it's an easy sweep for Phoenix in round number 1. Now they face this Houston Rockets team, which has a healthy T-Mac and a healthy Yao. But there's someone else I'm a little bit more scared of, and that is, of course, Luis Reeves. Look at that hairstyle. He looks like a young Goku. Also, they have Ron Artest, Shane Battier, Steve Francis, so a very, very good team. Ben Gordon. This one could be tough. Let's see how it goes. Phoenix sweeps again. They just may be too good for the NBA at this point, and now they're going up against Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, and Kwame Brown's Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, we're in Game 7. All right, we are able to win in 7. Now we're going up against the Orlando Magic in the NBA Finals. This, of course, is the team that Shaq was drafted by, so it's a little surprising to see them here. They beat MVP LeBron James on their way there. Let's see if we can finish this out. It's Game 7 time. Let's jump in. As you can see, the Phoenix Suns are about to win their first title here with Shaquille O'Neal. He actually doesn't have that great of a game, only 12 points, but he does hold Dwight Howard to, I think, 18 points. Stat puts up 18 and 19, and Jason Richardson is the leading scorer with 35. And there you go. We are the NBA champions. It's Shaq's rookie year. Of course, we kind of expected this. The Suns were very, very good. Adding rookie Shaq is only going to make them great, but hopefully we can make this happen 2 or 3 more times before Shaq has to head out of Phoenix. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 2. No big roster changes in year number 2. The only thing that you need to know is that Grant Hill is 37 years old. He has dropped down quite a bit. Fortunately, a young Shaquille O'Neal is going to be able to handle it. He's 87 overall. He's up there with Jay Rich now. So this team is going to be pretty disgusting. Let's jump in, see how they do. In year 2, Shaq wins Most Improved Player of the Year. He's up to 20 points, 9.8 boards, 2.5 blocks. So very solid numbers from him. And Phoenix finds themselves as the 1 seed once again. They're going up against Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler's New Orleans Hornets. Let's see how they do. Another nice, easy sweep. Now it's on to face the Lakers, who still have Kobe, still got Pau. They went and added Sean Marion, so this one could be tougher than last year. Let's see. A little bit tougher. We win in 5. Now it's back to facing the Rockets, who still, unfortunately, have Luis Reeves. Very scary. Let's see if we can make it out and go back to the finals for year number 2. And actually, they turn out to be no problem. Now, you might be looking at the Raptors and think this might be an easy out. Unfortunately, the Raptors have Chris Bosh, Andre Bargnani, and Jermaine O'Neal. So we're going to have our hands full down in the low post. Hopefully, young Shaq and Amari Stoudemire are going to handle it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, maybe our hands are not that full. We're up 3-0. Let's see if we can finish this out. This team is just way too dominant. We are going to win by, I think, 30 points if my math is correct. Shaq shooting 71% from the field, 24 points, 2 assists. Probably not going to make these free throws, but he does have 5 blocks. Stoudemire also has 5 blocks on the night, so we are doing very well. Of course, Shaq misses the free throw. They should maybe hack a Shaq a little bit more here. We're out rebounding them by 7. So it's going to be a very easy victory for us, giving us championship number 2. I will jump you forward to the confetti drop, and then we'll get into year number 3. And there it is. The Suns lift the trophy once again, making it back-to-back titles. Can they make it a 3-peat? It's possible, but they are going to have some big changes after this year. So let's go ahead and see what happens in year number 3. Like I said, making some big changes. Stat has been traded out for Vince Carter. We've also added Marcin Gortat, who should give us another good big. Hopefully we don't fall off too much here. I mean, Shaq is all the way up to a 90. Steve Nash, Vince Carter kind of getting old, but the hope is that we can offset that with Shaq continuing to improve. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season and see how he does. Okay, Shaq has yet to make an All-NBA team, but he is all defensive second team. He has a solid year, averages 21 points, 11 boards, 2.6 blocks, 2 turnovers, unfortunately. His steals are actually up pretty high, which is nice to see, so he continues to improve, and now he's starting to become more of a factor in the offense. Unfortunately, the team does not have nearly as good of a record. They are the 4 seed. We're going up against the Hornets, which was our first round opponent last year, so you remember they have Chris Paul, they have Tyson Chandler. I think we'll probably win this. Let's jump in. All right, it is actually game number 7. Let's see who wins this one. All right, as you can see from the Simcast, we are up very big. We're going to go through this one and make it into round number 2. Let's see who we're playing. The Lakers need 7 to beat Memphis. We definitely have a bit of an advantage in terms terms of size, hopefully we can make this work. Yeah, relatively easy series there for us. Unfortunately, now it's the juggernaut that is the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook Thunder. Oh boy, this one could get tough. Thunder are up 3-2, and the Magic are waiting in the finals. Let's see if we can force a game number 7. All right, we're down by 6 here, so I think this one is going to be over. Yep, we lose by 4. We are out of this. Let's see who wins the title. The Oklahoma City Thunder go over the Orlando Magic. We are unable to three-peat, but we'll have one last shot with the Phoenix Suns here in year number 4. Unfortunately, we have gone and lost Vince Carter. We have added Michael Redd, though. He is 32 years old, so keeping with the theme of having
a bunch of old geezers.
This is also going to be Shaq's last year here in Phoenix, so hopefully we can end this on a high note. Let's jump in. We're here at the end of the season, and Shaq is not going to be happy. Dwight Howard wins MVP.
Superman is in the building.
Also takes his spot on first team All-NBA. Shaq himself only gets second team. This year he's averaging 22, 11, and 2. Actually, his blocks are quite a bit down from last year. But at the end of the day, his numbers are going up alongside Steve Nash and the rest of the team. So hopefully that also means some team success. Actually, I believe this was exactly where we were last year. Back in the 4 seed, we're going up against the Lakers. They, of course, have Kobe and Powell still. So this is going to be a tough out. Let's jump in, see if we can make it happen. After winning the first 3 games, the Lakers stormed back. We're now heading into game 7. Let's see if we can make it out of here. And as you can see, is there an injury? It doesn't. Ooh, Steve Nash he's not injured, but he's not playing very well. We are going to lose this one by quite a few points. What is it? 16 points down to the Lakers in round number 1. We can't even make it out of the first round in Shaq's last year with Phoenix. I will go ahead and show you who wins the championship this year, and then we will jump into year number 5 and join a new team. Okay, the good news is that we lost the eventual champions because Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers eventually won out in 4 games against the Celtics. So a big sweep there for the boys from LA. Now let's jump into year number 5 where Shaq is going to join the New Orleans Hornets. Year 5 is going to be fun. We have Shaq and Anthony Davis. Eric Gordon is here as well. So Austin Rivers is way down here at the very bottom. Let's go ahead and jump to the end of the season and see how Big Diesel's lone year in New Orleans goes. Playing alongside the Rookie of the Year, Anthony Davis, Shaquille O'Neal makes second All-NBA again. Again, very sad to him that Dwight Howard is apparently still better than him, but Shaq is doing well. 22.4, 12.8. Actually, his blocks have gone up, which is good to see, but his turnovers have gone up as well. Unfortunately, he had one good season shooting from the 3. I'm sure that was like he took 5 shots or something, but not doing so well since then. His free throw percentage is going up, though. Hopefully, that also means we're in the playoffs. We did not make the playoffs. Let's check quickly and see where we finished. Well, we were the worst team, I think, in basketball. 33. Yeah, no, okay, the 76ers were actually worse. Okay, there's a couple teams worse than us. We were the worst team out west. So no reason to jump into these playoff games because it doesn't matter. We're not in any of them. And the bad news is the team he will be joining next year is also not in the playoffs, which could be a bad sign for us. Let's go ahead and see who wins this season, and then we'll jump into year number 6. All right, the Oklahoma City Thunder are your champions. Now we are going to jump forward and add Shaquille O'Neal to the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, the starting cast is not great, but Shaq is up to 98 overall. He's up 2 more points, looking very good at only 23 years young. LA is going to be decent. Mo Williams is, fine, of course. Damian Lillard will hopefully start to ascend alongside Nicholas Batum, and maybe we'll have a shot. We are here for 2 years, so we'll definitely get a little bit better Dame next year. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how year number 1 goes. Well, it has been a success in one regard. Shaquille O'Neal is now first team All-NBA. He's also up to 99 overall, which is up there with LeBron James. Let's see how his year went. 29, 17. How? Okay, I'm just going to let you know, Dwight Howard won Defensive Player of the Year this year, averaged 2 blocks, and I think we could probably check, right? 14 boards, 2 blocks, somehow beat this stat line. Are you kidding me? 30 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks a game, and he doesn't even, first, KD won MVP. Look at this. 28, 8, and 7. Are you joking? This is not fair. We need a recount. We need to talk to the Supreme Court.
What?
Yeah, that's very frustrating. Hopefully we at least made the playoffs, and we are the 5 seed. We're going up against this San Antonio team. They have Tony Parker, Manu, Tim Duncan, Danny Granger is here for some reason, Nerlens Noel, Joe Ingles. This is probably going to be a very tough test for our young team, but hopefully we can make some noise. Let's jump in. Okay, we actually win in 5. Now we have to go up against the juggernaut that is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are the defending champs. They have the MVP. They have Russell Westbrook, Jason Richardson, Kevin Durant, someone named Jeffrey Marshall, and Bob Pollard. I mean, Serge Ibaka is the 7th man coming off the bench. Look at how deep this team is. It's at size. This is like a classic lineup to go up against Shaq. You have, JaVale McGee, Bismack Biyombo, Serge Ibaka, Jeffrey Marshall, Nick Collison. That's so many bodies to throw at Shaq. This one's going to be very tough. Let's jump in, see if we can hopefully steal this. Yeah, we have absolutely no shot in this series. The Thunder absolutely dominate us. In game 4, Shaq even fouls out pretty early. He does drop 32 points, but it's not enough. We are out of this. Let's go ahead and see who wins the title, and then we'll move into year 2 of Shaquille O'Neal on the Portland Trailblazers. And the Brooklyn Nets, who I don't know who they even have. Brandon Roy is still in the league. Brandon Roy, Gordon Hayward, Amari Stoudemire, Brook Lopez, our brother, DeAndre Jordan. Lou Reeves is back.
Nope, I'm out. Nope.
They win the title over the Thunder. That's a bit of a surprise. I'm going to go ahead and jump into year number 7 when Shaq adds hopefully some more firepower to this Trailblazers squad. Okay, we went and added Chris Kaman, who I don't know if he's going to be doing much to help us. Hopefully Lillard continues to improve, and I'm also noticing I forgot to drop Mo Williams, so I'll drop him real quick, and then we'll hop into this and see how we do. Okay, here we go. We can see it live. Shaq finally wins Defensive Player of the Year. 28 points, 14 boards, 2.3 blocks. Of course, Shaq grabs first team All-NBA. Now, the important part is, did we make the playoffs? Because this team isn't great, but they do get the 2 seed, and they'll be playing Shaq's old team, the Phoenix Suns. Let's jump in to see how it goes. We are locked into game number 7. Let's hop in, see if we can win. Okay, I caught this one way too late. We're up by 1. Let's see if we can finish it out, and oh, it's going to overtime. This is probably going to be a victory for us pretty easily. We are going to make it to the second round. We're going up against Dallas. This team, this team has Carmelo, Dirk, Adam Morrison all the way up to an 82. Let's jump in and see if we can finally make it to the Western Conference Finals after several years of being in the dumps. The scoring has been too much for us. Let's jump in. We're down 3-1. See if we can come back and win this thing. And the short answer is no, we cannot win this. We lose by 24 points. The Mavericks are going through instead of us. Let's see who wins the title. The Boston Celtics go over the Mavs, and I think we might actually have a chance of doing pretty well next year. Let's go see. We are in New York City, the Big Apple. We have Shaq and Carmelo together for the first time, I think, ever. Porzingis is also here. That is what we're hitching a lot of our wagons to, hoping that just like in real life, he could become a potential Rookie of the Year candidate and help Shaq dominate down low, because otherwise the team is looking pretty bleak. As you can see, not a lot of other good players here, but, you know, with Shaq and Carmelo, there's definitely a chance we can go pretty far. Let's jump in and see how it goes. Okay, we're here at the end of the season, and as you can see, Shaq is all the way down to 13 NBA. That's because his stats have taken a relatively big dip. If we can go to career stats, yeah, 23 points, 11 boards, only 1.7 blocks. Now, I'm not really sure why that is. We'll have to check and see if he's been injured. In fact, let's go ahead and jump over there now. The answer to that is no. He's played all 82 games. It must just be a bad fit for him here in New York. Of course, having to share the scoring load with Carmelo Anthony makes it tough. Porzingis, you know, not quite really coming out of a shell. He's the number 3 scorer on the team, but not quite the player we were hoping he would be. And the Knicks find themselves as the 5 seed, so definitely a shot. They're going against Washington. They have, you know, a decent team, but definitely do not have the horses probably to keep up with our stars. Okay, I am very, very wrong. What is happening? Shaq has 27. Game 1, he had 20 and 13. Game 2, he had 21 and 9. And then this last game, 27 and 14. Carmelo's showing up decently, but we cannot win anything. Are we going to get out here in the first round? Let's see. Okay. Not a domination game from Shaq, but a good game from Carmelo. So we are at least not going to get swept. That's good to see. Now, we're into game 5. Can we bring it all the way back? This would be very fun if we can make that happen. Okay, there's a chance. We win by 10. We're trying to force a game 7 here in game number 6. Let's go, boys. All right, we are up late here. Can we hold on and win this thing? We do. We force a game number 7 with 3 straight wins. Here we go. And unfortunately, it looks like the buck is going to stop there. This may be the shortest save I ever do. We have just not had very many games worth jumping into, and we have not been able to advance very far in the playoffs outside of those 2 championship years to start this thing. I'll go ahead and see who wins the title, and then we'll jump forward into year number 9 when Shaq joins yet another new team. LeBron James's Cleveland Cavaliers finally get that title that they have been wanting for a very long time. They take it over the Mavericks. We're jumping forward. I will see you there. We're here in year number 9, and Shaq maybe has the best team he's had in this entire save. He's got D-Wade, Rondo, Jimmy Butler, and then a bunch of, you know, other guys. But the big focus is on these top 4. I think this team is going to be fairly solid. We'll have to flex Jimmy over to small forward, but that shouldn't be a problem for him. let's go ahead and jump into it and see how Shaq does with the Chicago Bulls. To steal a phrase from The Rock, finally, the MVP has come to Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, that was just as bad as Kazam.
He grabs MVP with 33 points, 15 boards, and 3 blocks a game. Look at those splits, doing very good. And he's almost averaging 2 steals as well. A great season from Shaq. He also grabs Defensive Player of the Year, not a big surprise there. And Chicago is able to muster up the 2 seed, which means they're going up against Charlotte. And this team has Steph Curry, sure, and a bunch of guys, but nobody that's really putting any fear into I don't think Emeka Okafor is going to be able to handle Shaq Daddy. Now, of course, we do have a bit of a hole here at our power forward, but I think our trio of 90 overall players is going to be more than enough to handle Charlotte. Let's jump in. Shaq has been underperforming in the playoffs this save outside of those 2 title wins to start this. They find themselves locked into game 3.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Against Steph Curry's Hornets, and LeBron James is waiting in the next round, so that's not going to be easy either. Hopefully we can finish this one out and make it to the second round. What? We're going to lose to the Hornets? Oh no, Steph Curry goes off for 47 points. This created man, Dante Bremer, also gets 34. Shaq wilts once again in the... I mean, actually, to be fair, he didn't really wilt. He's playing very well. Playoff Jimmy's here. It is Mr. Rajon Rondo down here with only 6 points, 8 assists. It's not playing very well. Dang, we're going to go out in round number 1 yet again. I will show you who wins the finals, and then we will jump into year number 10, where honestly, I don't think they're going to have a better chance than this one. And Kyle Lowry's Sacramento Kings go over the New York Knicks, the team we just left, and I don't think could get out of the second round. So something happened there. They must have added, I think they added Derrick Rose, actually. Yeah, they added Derrick Rose, who has not been injured, so he's still very good. Man, I can't... First round exit here? That is wild. All right, let's jump into year number 10. We're still with Chicago, but it's a very different Bulls squad. Can we talk about Elton Brand having a Hall of Fame career? 13-time All-Star for this guy?
He is him.
After the highs of last year, it is starting to get bleak here in Chicago. It's Shaq, it's Zach LaVine, it's this created guy that they added without me. It's Chris Dunn, Lauri Markkanen, and Bobby. I mean, it is nobody compared to last year. This is going to be rough. Hopefully Shaq can win another MVP because he's going to be pretty much the entire team this year. Let's jump in and see how he does. All right, Shaq cannot repeat as MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, but he is first team All-NBA. Here's his stats real quick. Actually, his numbers are down despite playing with nobody. 27 points, 14 boards, 2.7 blocks, so a good season from Shaq. What are the Bulls doing in the playoffs, though? They are, oh no. They didn't make the playoffs. 13th seed. Okay, way down there, so not very good. All right, so another season where Shaq's team does not make the playoffs. Now, again, it's not because of him.
He's really good. That ain't good enough.
And unfortunately, looking forward, unless Zach LaVine or maybe Lauri Markkanen takes a big step this next year, it's going to continue to be pretty bad here in Chicago because he is going to stay here one more year. Let's see who wins the playoffs, and then we'll jump into year number 11.
No. I need to go home.
Yeah, we're here in year 11, and I mean, we have Otto Porter. He definitely gives us an upgrade. Markkanen is up to an 80, so that's pretty solid. But yeah, this team is pretty rough. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the season and see if Shaq can drag this squad to the playoffs. Okay, I'm not really sure why Shaq's scoring is taking such a hit, but here's his stats. You can see he's won Defensive Player of the Year, 24 points, 12 boards, 2.6 blocks. And we do make it as a 5 seed, so maybe the drop in scoring was just the team playing a little bit better. We are playing Washington, who is a team we're going to join very soon. They have what, Marc Gasol. Oh, this team is actually pretty solid. Oh my god. Oh my god. This team is loaded with low 80 players. We, of course, not quite the same. Actually, we have quite a few 80 players. We could have a chance here. Can Shaq break his playoff curse? The answer, of course, is no. We're out. We're out in 5. We lost almost. Oh my god. Okay. How did Shaq do? Can we just check that real quick? Oh, 14 points in the closeout game. 19 points in game 1. Okay, he played well in game 2. Oh no. Shaq was slacking this playoff series. I think I saw a quote somewhere where Shaq said if he didn't score 30 points in the playoffs, it was a failure. He didn't score 30 points once, and it was a failure. We're out in the first round. I will show you who wins the title this year, and then we will jump forward to year number 12. Shaq is going to be joining Milwaukee, which means Giannis is coming to town. Let's see if that matchup works. And it is going to be Dwayne Wade's Boston Celtics. D Wade is still playing in this save, and he goes over the Jazz to win himself a title. Now let's jump into year number 12. As I said, we have joined the Bucks, which means we are joining Giannis. Also, we're joining Robin Lopez's twin brother, Brook Lopez. Now, of course, him and Shaq not quite twins in this save, but we will take it. Now, the team is a little top heavy, but that has worked for us in the past. So hopefully between Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and some of these other guys, they start to grow. We get a little bit better. Let's go ahead and jump in and see how Shaq does here with the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, as a Grizzlies fan, I am loving this save right now. Jokic wins MVP. Shaquille grabs Defensive Player of the Year. Numbers down a little bit from his peak, but still a very solid player out there. He's shooting 20% from three, which means he attempted at least 5, if my math is correct. Okay, Shaq is on the All-NBA third team, and he took 83s this year. I don't really know why he would do that. I haven't changed his tendencies. As you can see, the most he ever took were 20. So he has quadrupled his career high up to this point, which is kind of wild. I don't know. We might have to go change some settings here to make sure he doesn't do that anymore. But let's go ahead and see how we did in the playoffs. A little bit surprisingly, Bucks are all the way down to the 7 seed. They're going up against Washington, this team. We've played them before. They're pretty solid. Got a lot of creative players. Hopefully we can come through. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, honestly, not much of a challenge. Now we're going up against Kyrie Irving's Boston Celtics. Hopefully we can finally make it back to the Eastern Conference Finals after a long time languishing in the early rounds of the playoffs. It does take us 7 games, but we get past Boston. Now it's on to face LeBron James's Cleveland Cavaliers. He has never left the team in this save. Going to be interesting to see if we could take him down. Let's jump in. And we do just that. We're through in 6. Now it's on to face Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and the rest of the Oklahoma City Thunder. We are finally back in the NBA Finals. Now it's time to see if Shaq can get that elusive 3rd NBA championship. We are up 3-2. Let's hop into this one and see if we can close it out. I will be the first to admit that this save has not had very many games we could jump into, so I'm very glad to see this one a tight one. Bucks up by 1 with 1:45 left on the clock. Kevin Durant keeping it close, has 38 points tonight. Shaq, for his part, has 30. Josh Hart with the ball, gets a screen, looking for somebody, gets it over to Westbrook. This Westbrook matchup, they definitely have that advantage there. I'm not sure who that is guarding him. Oh, that's George Hill is guarding him there. So definitely the advantage for Westbrook. Shaq, though, has a big advantage if they can get that ball inside. Come on, get it into Shaq. Look at the size difference down low. Shaq is begging for this ball. Give it to him. The big man gets it. He's going to put the moves on. Oh my gosh, it's too easy. Shaq gets the easy bucket over whoever that is on the Thunder. This man is feasting right now. 32 points for Shaq. The only person making this close is Kevin Durant. Can we keep the ball away from him? Russell Westbrook puts up a shot. Okay, Russ hits a shot there. It makes it a 1-point game, 1:08 left on the clock. Giannis with the ball. The 2-man game between Giannis and Shaq with them in pick and rolls is got to be absolutely filthy. Those two guys are just massive. Look at Shaq backing this guy down. Oh my God. Shaq puts that man in his place. He is destroying this Thunder team. They have no chance right now. I mean, they have a chance to win, but they have no chance to stop Shaq. Russell Westbrook goes at his guy, tries to get past George Hill, can't make it happen, puts up the shot anyways. He makes it. I will say, I'm talking so much about Shaq being dominating, but Russell Westbrook is also destroying his defender. George Hill cannot hang with him right now, but the size of this Bucks team is just absurd. But then Shaq misses the shot there. Not the best shot, to be honest with you. Westbrook drives the lane. Chris Middleton tries to stop him, slows him down. Westbrook gets his own rebound, puts up the shot, and now the Oklahoma City Thunder are up by 1 with 29.3 seconds on the clock. Milwaukee calls a timeout. Hopefully they can get back into their 2-man game with Shaq and Giannis and close this one out. Okay, coming out of the timeout, the Thunder have made some changes. I mean, both teams have made some changes, but it definitely looks like a bigger guy's up with Shaq now. They do not have that twig, but it doesn't matter. Well, look how low he's getting that. He is in the ceiling. Oh my gosh, Shaq, come on, make a better shot than that. Oh my gosh, Shaq misses back-to-back shots. Oh my word. He was so deep in the post and he couldn't make either of those. Okay, Russell Westbrook going to the line. Has a chance to put his team up by 3. Shaq has been faltering here at the end. I was talking him up big, and now Russell Westbrook has become the hero. Hits his back-to-back free throws, puts his team up 137-134, 18.3 seconds. The problem is that these Bucks do not have a lot of good three-point shooters. I mean, when Giannis, Brook Lopez, oh, actually, I guess Shaq came out of the game. Chris Middleton does shoot, misses the shot. That is going to be your game. We're going to head into game 7 back in Oklahoma City. The Bucks had a legitimate chance to close this one out, and Shaq just misses some clutch shots there at the end. Hopefully he can change it around in game number 7 and we can win this title. And unfortunately, it's all falling apart here for the Bucks. They are getting absolutely dominated here by the Thunder. They're up by 20 points with 1:40 on the clock. Shaq has a decent game, but not great by his standards. 13 and 13. He does make his only 3, which is huge. Brook Lopez actually goes 3 for 6, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, Russell Westbrook, if we go back there, has 38 points. Durant has 32 of his own, so they are just destroying us, and we are going to fall out here in the NBA Finals, and that means that Shaq will be joining a new team without a title in hand. Let's go ahead and jump into year number 13 and see where he's going. Okay, I was a little bit worried about this team, to be honest with you, but with Russell Westbrook up to a 93, Bradley Beal 88, I mean, these are when the trade stuff goes away, and then Alex Lynn, of all people, all the way up to an 81. I'm actually relatively confident this team could contend with Shaq at the helm. I mean, he's aging, so he's probably going to start going down. I'm going to change his three-point shooting because I'm not really sure why he's taking so many three-point shots. But yeah, this team has kind of a chance. So let's jump to the end of the season and see where they end up. Okay, it's not Shaq picking up the MVP, but Westbrook does pick it up for us, although he's not averaging his usual triple-double. So a little bit of a down year for Russell.
I don't know what he was talking about, but...
And this is slightly concerning because Shaq doesn't even make third-team All-NBA. He does, however, make first-team All-Defense, which is a good sign. He's averaging, what, 22, 11, and 1... Ooh, his blocks are way down. Okay, and his three... How many threes did he take? This is important. Okay, it worked. I took down his threes all the way, so he didn't take any threes this year. Much, much better. We like to see that. Let's see where we stand in the playoffs. Okay, so Washington is the 1 seed. They're going up against Detroit, who have, what, Ricky Rubio, Miles Turner, Zion. Oh boy, this team might be in trouble. This could be a very tough 8 seed we're going up against here. Okay, let's hop in. Hopefully we can make it back to the NBA Finals with our second team in a row, but the deck is a little stacked against us here in round 1. All right, I was wrong. Our star power shines through. We're going up against Chicago now. They have what? This is a team we left. They have Zach LaVine. Oh, Kristaps is here. Otto Porter. Yeah, we left this team in a decent position and they have only gotten better. Again, gonna be another tough matchup for us, I think. We have the star power, but they definitely have the depth on us. So let's jump in and see how it goes. Okay, we make it through. It takes 6 games again. And now we're seeing kind of a rematch, at least in terms of the star players, because we're going up against Cleveland here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Remember, we played them and LeBron last year. LeBron's still very good at this game of basketball. He has JJ Redick, Noah, and then some created guys. Sabonis is here as well, Bismack Biyombo. So they definitely have a lot of guys to throw at Shaq. Let's see if that works for him here in round 2 of this ongoing saga. It does not, and Shaq gets another rematch. The Thunder are coming to town again, and they do not have Russell Westbrook, so we may have the advantage now, but they still have Kevin Durant, who's always a tough out. Let's see if we can win that title we couldn't win last year and end the Thunder's reign of dominance. I think they've won 4 titles, so they're doing very well. Hopefully now that we've stolen their second best player, we can stop them in their tracks. We are up 3-1, so let's jump in and see if we can get this one put away. Westbrook and Shaq both have decent games, but really the person you have to commend the most is whoever's guarding Kevin Durant. He only has 18 points tonight, playing very poorly. It looks like that is, who is that guy? Number 14 on our team. Shaq gets the offensive rebound. That's going to be, I can't see. Can you please show me? Who's 14? What? This guy's guarding Durant? Okay, sure. Well, either way, we're going to win this one, so we'll jump forward to the confetti celebration and celebrate Shaq's 3rd NBA title.
Are you not entertained?
And there you have it. Shaquille O'Neal and the Washington Wizards are NBA champions. Shaq picks up title number 3. We'll check real quick to see if he wins Finals MVP, and then we will jump forward to year number 14. Well, Shaq can't pick up the Finals MVP. It goes to Russell Westbrook, and I was actually incorrect. He's joining the Orlando Magic next year, so let's go ahead and hop forward to see what that team looks like. Shaq is where he started his real-life NBA career for the first time. He has joined the Orlando Magic. This team has quite a bit of depth, not a lot of top-end talent outside of Shaq. I mean, Fultz is an 86, Bamba 84, Carter, Harris, both 83s. The issue, of course, we have 4 centers that are 78 or higher, so maybe a little bit big for the modern day game, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Let's hop in. All right, Shaq does not make any of the All-NBA teams, but he does make first defensive team. He's averaging, he's below 20 and 10, so not the best numbers here for Shaq, and his blocks are, they're up from last year, but down in general. He's 99 overall, so I'm not really sure why his numbers are going down. He is 32, which doesn't seem that old. I guess he's just playing around players that are shooting more now that the three-point is becoming more of a thing. I'm not really sure. Let's see how we're doing in the playoffs. Oh, okay. Whew. I was very worried there, but we make the play-in against Miami. I'll just keep you with me while I see what we do. Okay, we're going to win. We are going to be the 7 seed. So let's sim the rest of the play-in, and we're going to be going up against LeBron James. It's not happening in the Eastern Conference Finals this time around, but this is the 3rd year in a row we're going up against LeBron James's Cavs, and we join them next year, so that should be pretty interesting. Let's jump in, see if we can pull an upset here. Okay, we've forced a Game 7. Time to see which way the mop flops.
Oh my God.
LeBron is having a pretty poor night. They get it relatively close there at the end, but not anywhere close enough to jump in. And we are going to be going up against the Detroit Pistons here in round number 2. They have Zion, Miles Turner, Ricky Rubio, and a bunch of creative dudes. So this could be a tough test. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, Detroit is housing us here. We will go through the Simcast, see if we can get back in this. And the answer to that question appears to be no. I will go ahead and sim forward, show you who wins the finals, and then we'll jump into year number 15. Shaq's joined the Cavs. Unfortunately, LeBron will not be there with him. And those Pistons go on to win an NBA title, so I guess at least we lost to the eventual champions. Congrats to Zion and Miles Turner, I guess. Oh, actually, Ricky Rubio's finals MVP. Okay. I was a little bit worried about this team, but now that I see them, I think we actually have a chance. You know, we have Shaq, we have Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley. We even have the defending finals MVP, Ricky Rubio, is in the squad.
He is him.
So let's jump to the end of the season and see how things go. All right, we are at years in. Shaq's numbers continue to go down slightly, but he wins another Defensive Player of the Year. Also, just want to point out really quickly that Ricky Rubio came off the bench for 6th Man of the Year for us. So things are looking pretty good. Let's see where we sit in the playoffs. Okay, we are the number 1 seed, and we get to play the Orlando Magic, who Shaq was with last year. So we know this team pretty well. They have Markelle Fultz, Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr. Not a bad team, but I think we have the edge. Let's jump in and see. The Magic keep us honest by winning a game, but we get through in 5. Now it's on to face Porzingis' Bulls, a team we also know pretty well because remember we were there for 3 years. Also, we played with Porzingis in New York for a season, so this is a team we're familiar with. Hopefully that familiarity leads to a victory. Another relatively easy series there for us, and now it's on to Brooklyn. They have Joel Embiid and a young Tyrese Halliburton. This is probably going to be a challenge, but hopefully we can get through and make it back to the finals for I think the 5th or 6th time. Shaq plays pretty close to his standards. The 6 assists is kind of eye-popping. I mean, 84% from free throws is really eye-popping, but he's playing well. We are in the finals. We're going up against the Nuggets. They have who? Kawhi, Scotty Barnes, Anthony Edwards, Michael Porter Jr. Okay, so this team is deep. Chet Holmgren, Willie Hernan Gomez. Okay, this team is very deep. They're very good. I don't know how well we're going to match up with them, actually, but I guess there's a chance. Let's jump in and see how it goes. Okay, we're up 3-1. Let's go get number 4.
Damn.
At this point, you all know what a confetti drop looks like. We are up by 8 with 57 seconds left to go. So I don't think there's much of a reason to hop into this, but I will show you that Shaq does have 23 points on the night. He's actually shooting pretty well from the free throw line, which is good to see. Let's just finish it out. See, yeah, we are going to easily win this one. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Shaq Daddy win themselves another NBA title. That makes 4 for Shaq. He's going to have 1 more year in the save, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, we're here in year number 16. Shaq has joined the Milwaukee Bucks once again. In real life, it's the twins back together again. In this case, you know, it's not quite as rosy as you might think because Damian Lillard is only up to an 82 overall. Not the best. Giannis only 93 for his part. I don't know, this team might not be good enough to challenge for a title. We'll just have to see how it goes. Let's jump to the end of the year and see where we stand. All right, I'm going to lead with this because Ben Simmons has won MVP for the Detroit Pistons. Oh! Shaq gets first team all defense. He is unable to pick up Defensive Player of the Year because Giannis wins it over him. Let's look at his stats real quick. Looks like 20 points, 10 boards, 1.8 blocks. So not the best, not the worst. How about our playoff standing? We are the... Okay, we are in the play-in, which is not great. Let's see. Can we win this? We do not, okay? Can we win this? I turned off my recording, so I don't know what you missed, but we are officially out of the playoffs in Shaq's last year. He just won a title the previous year, and now alongside Giannis, let's see what the box score looks like for this one. It looks like Shaq had 13 points. Why is he taking threes? Shaq took 3 threes, missed them all, only had 7 boards. Giannis, 5 blocks from the man. Man, okay. Yeah, we got housed here by Philly, and now we're out of the playoffs. So I will go ahead and sim to the end, show you who wins, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. And the team we were with last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers, win a title.
What's so good about Cleveland?
And now what I'm going to do is just let the rest of Shaq's career play out, and we'll bring you back when he retires, and we'll wrap everything up and get you out of here. All right, we're here at the end of this. It is a loaded Hall of Fame class. We have Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Derrick Rose, and Kevin Love making it alongside Shaq. You will probably note right away, Kevin Durant, 9-time MVP. Wow, okay. He stayed with OKC pretty much his whole career. Shaq did leave the Bucks after a season or two, went and joined the Jazz, who added Cameron Boozer, kind of an interesting combo there, but they could not find any playoff success. He did win 6 Defensive Player of the Years, which is very solid. Let's check championships. So he won 4 championships. So actually these numbers are the exact same. 4 championships, 1 MVP, just like in real life. However, he only wins 1 Finals MVP, which is, I believe in real life he won 3 of those. I think D Wade won the one in 06, and he won all 3 with the Lakers. I could be wrong. Feel free to fact check me. And then, of course, just one of the best defenders in the league during his time here. So, I don't know, I guess this career is like almost exactly the same as his real life career, which is kind of wild. I did not expect that. Of course, we had a lot of seasons where things did not go to plan. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Thank you.